What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to an action-packed Liverpool news video where we will of course review and analyze the Liverpool-Leicester game. What a full debut for Luis Diaz. He already looks like a world-class Liverpool winger and I can't believe how good he was yesterday. Let me know what was your opinion on his performance. And Diogo Jota has stepped up massively in the absence of Salah and Mane, and he carried Liverpool in this past month where Liverpool pretty much won every single game that matters. The only draw was the Arsenal semi-final first leg, but in the second leg Jota sent us through to the League Cup final, and Liverpool are still on course to win 4 trophies this season, even though the Premier League title is a little bit a long shot because of Man City's 9-point gap. But Liverpool could cut that to 6 points if we win our game in hand, and also we still play Manchester City, so if we beat them then the title race is on. And also in this video we will reveal when Sadio Mane will return. So let me know what do you think about the Liverpool performance against Leicester. Sorry I didn't upload a reaction on analysis video yesterday evening. I was recording career mode with one of my friends. That was the only night that he was available to play, so I couldn't watch the game live, but I watched it on replay, and what a brilliant performance by Liverpool. And it could have been 4-0, 5-0. Luis Diaz could have had his first Liverpool goal if it wasn't for the world-class Kasper Schmeichel, who was absolutely brilliant. He was Leicester City's best player by far. And also Jurgen Klopp revealed that Sadio Mane could play against Burnley. He was rested because he arrived pretty late in the evening, I think the day before the Leicester game, and he was still probably in bed by the time we played Leicester because of the long celebrations in Senegal and also the exhausting travel back to England. And Mo Salah only started on the bench, and it made sense because Egypt played 4 extra time games, so 4 times Egypt played 120 minutes, and of course Salah played all of those games, so it made sense to unleash Salah on a tiring Leicester defense with like 35 minutes to go. And how did Salah not score, by the way? He was also immense. He hit the bar and he was taken out after he tried to chip Schmeichel. He saved it brilliantly, and then the defender slide tackles him. And how the referee doesn't give a penalty for that, I will never know, but that's the English refereeing standard nowadays. Diogo Jota was brilliant, and when you are in such rich goal scoring form like Diogo Jota is, by the way, who has like 16 goals already this season, or 17, let me look it up. He has 12 goals in the Premier League, 16 goals for Salah. So Jota is actually the closest to Mo Salah when it comes to the goal scoring numbers. And is he now Liverpool's first choice striker? I think he is. You just can't leave him out of the team. He's in such brilliant goal scoring form. No, he has 17 goals this season, 12 in the Premier League, 3 in the League Cup, 1 in the Champions League. And Salah has 23 goals, so the race is on. Who will finish as Liverpool's top scorer? I mean, even a month ago it was unthinkable that Jota would be anywhere near Mo Salah. And Jota already has more goals than he had in the whole of last season. And I'm thinking if Jota doesn't get injured, he would be on course to score 25 goals, maybe even 30 goals this season for Liverpool, because of how many games we have left, and also Liverpool creates so many chances that if you are a great finisher like Diogo Jota, then you will score a lot of goals. His first goal after a brilliant Virgil van Dijk header was saved. Jota is on hand in the middle of the box, like a predator waiting for the ball to fall to him. He smashes it home, and then the second goal, after Liverpool missed countless amounts of big chances. By the way, Kasper Schmeichel, again, I can't stress this enough, how immense he was. One of the best goalkeeping performances that you will see in the Premier League this season. If it wasn't for him, it could have been 5-0 Liverpool, honestly, and Leicester wouldn't have a word to complain about. But Schmeichel saved pretty much everything that is humanly savable. And then Joel Matip pops up around the box like many times he did this season. He slips in Diogo Jota, who first time smashes it into the far corner. Kasper Schmeichel almost saves it, he gets a hand to it, but it trickles into the bottom corner, and that was the very much needed second Liverpool goal, because Leicester were always threatening on the counter-attack, and we got our revenge for Leicester beating us at their stadium. By the way, that was a very, very costly defeat because this Leicester side are pretty average. Yes, they had a lot of injuries, but Brendan Rodgers, I think, is getting found out in the Premier League. Leicester City are having a pretty terrible season. They are in mid-table. They have pretty much no chance qualifying for the Champions League. Yes, maybe the Europa League is still reachable, the Conference League, but Leicester, the way they lost to Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup, that was not just a simple cup defeat to a lower league side, it was an absolute hammering. And today it could have been very ugly as well, 5 or 6-0 to Liverpool if it wasn't for their goalkeeper. Jurgen Klopp also said that we have to find out whether Sadio will be available for Burnley, but it's very likely that he will be in contention, he will start training today. He said Sadio will come in this morning for training, and I assume he will be in full training, and then we will make a decision after that on how he feels and all that stuff. He will probably still be emotionally high-flying, but physically we have to see how intense the last few days were for him. So Sadio Mane not 100% to play against Burnley, but I think he will be on the bench at least. And also we have an injury update on Jordan Henderson. Jurgen Klopp said that yes, Henderson definitely will be back. That's the plan. It was the plan before the Leicester game and it's still the plan now. If nothing happens, he will play on Sunday. And by the way, Curtis Jones was pretty decent yesterday. Luis Diaz, the way he ran at people and the way that he glided past defenders was a joy to watch, and he's so hungry and so direct, and he's a lot muscular, a lot stronger, a lot bigger than what I remembered him for. And we all heard the stories that he was pretty malnourished back in his hometown small village in Colombia, and but he really bulked up, I think, in Portugal, and now he looks like a proper Liverpool player. After just 2 games, 1 start, 1 substitute appearance, that is incredible how seamlessly and how easily Luis Diaz picked up the way Liverpool play. Of course, Jurgen Klopp and the Liverpool team didn't overload him with information because he already saw on television how Liverpool play, and he already saw in the Cardiff City game how Liverpool play. But it all comes natural to him, and that is brilliant. That's why we signed him, because his profile fits into the Liverpool style of play, and that's absolutely brilliant. And that's huge credit to Jurgen Klopp, the scouting department, that they picked out a player who perfectly fits into the Liverpool system, and I think he will be a superstar in the Liverpool team, just like Diogo Jota. It remains to be seen how good he can become, but he's borderline world class already, judging by his performance against Leicester City. And I think it's very assuring to know that if anything happens to Mane or Firmino, we have players like Luis Diaz and of course Diogo Jota to come in and play and score goals. And I mean, right now I think Diogo Jota is ahead of Firmino in the pecking order, and it will be very, very interesting who will Liverpool start with when we have all 5 players firing and available: Salah, Mane, Firmino, Jota and Luis Diaz. And also Minamino. What a strike force, what an attacking 6 players Liverpool have at their disposal. And this is what I really wanted. This is what I've been saying for years, that Liverpool should sign players on top of the front 3 that we already have. And we signed Diogo Jota and we signed Luis Diaz, we signed Minamino, so now we have proper strength in depth, and we will have so many games in this second half of the season. We will be playing pretty much every free game, every 3 days, every week, 2 games at least, sometimes 3 games in 8 or 9 days. So the fixture list is brutal, it's relentless, and Liverpool naturally will rotate without a massive drop in quality. No disrespect to Minamino or Origi, but then when they were starting instead of Mane or Salah or Firmino, there was a big drop in quality, and now that's not the case. Diogo Jota might be even better than Bobby Firmino when it comes to his goals to games ratio. Firmino is a very unique talent. I'm a huge fan of his. His counter-pressing is second to none. He's probably the best defensive striker that you will ever find, and he's the best false 9 that you will see in football, at least for the last 10, 15, 20 years. But Diogo Jota is a pure goal scorer. He's so hungry, so relentless. He also presses from the front. He has different skills to Firmino. but he is a predator in the box, and he has this knack of scoring goals, being in the right place at the right time. And also his heading ability, even though he's not a very tall player, he's not a Peter Crouch, of course, but Diogo Jota still is as good at headers as anybody in the Premier League. And for the first time in a long time, the only player who is out injured right now is Divock Origi, but he will be back in training very soon. So Liverpool, for the first time in ages, has a fully fit squad, and what a squad is. By the way, when Thiago and Fabinho started together, we have won 14 games and got 1 draw. And we are still unbeaten with them two on the pitch at the same time starting. I think that says a lot about their qualities, and Thiago was also a joy to watch being back at Liverpool. And Virgil van Dijk also praised Diogo Jota. He said he's a fantastic player, he's just so lively, he runs through people at times, it's very difficult to defend because he's very opportunistic, he goes and takes risks, and also his pressing and defending is incredible. The competition is up front is interesting with Sadio coming back now. Luis as well had a fantastic debut. Mo, obviously you don't need to say too much about him. Taki, Bobby, the manager has a tough job on his hands. It's only a good thing because we need everyone. We play every 3 days, everyone has to feel involved and responsible as well. I think that's the case. So let's just go for it and enjoy it and help each other. It was a dominant performance. We had to stay focused on the end of course, because with the players that Leicester have, the quality they have, they need half a chance maybe and they could score. It's good to keep the clean sheet. If it was a performance to build on as well, and hopefully take it with us for the next tough games ahead. It's going to be very busy, but something we enjoy. I think it's good to be in all the competitions still. And yeah, let's go for it and let's try and make the best of the season. And Jurgen Klopp was very coy on the title race. He said that Man City are probably not even feeling the Liverpool breathing down their necks. We are so far away from them. We are not thinking about the title at the moment. We are just thinking about the next game, try to win that, maybe put as much pressure on Manchester City. Jurgen Klopp said we just try to win football matches. This is a massive club, and every match we put our shirts on, we have to win it. I'm not sure we are in a position to put Man City on their toes, but even if we have no chance to catch them, we have to win our games. We showed that against Leicester, we showed we are not allowed to take anything for granted. And I mean, Liverpool is such a massive club. Jurgen Klopp was pretty spot on when he said he doesn't remember a game where Liverpool lost and the fans went, oh, that's fine, you can lose that. You have to win every game at Liverpool. And that's the standard, and that's what Liverpool were trying to do, and that's why it was so crucial to sign such a big player like Luis Diaz. It shows that it just feels different. The vibe around the club is different. It galvanized the fan base, it galvanized the players. It will put on red alert Mane, Salah and Firmino. They will perform even better, even higher, because they know that they are not irreplaceable anymore. They are not an automatic starter anymore. If they have a drop of form, then Luis Diaz will come in. Firmino had a drop of form and he was also out injured. And now Diogo Jota is Liverpool's main striker. I'm pretty confident to say that. So that's quite brilliant for Liverpool that we have so many options in attack, and also our midfield options are pretty amazing as well. The one position where we don't have strength in depth is Trent Alexander-Arnold's position, the right back position, but I think we said to James Milner, you will not play that much in midfield anymore because we have all our midfielders back fit and available, and it's very difficult for Jurgen Klopp to see who he will leave out. But James Milner will be the backup right back when Trent Alexander-Arnold needs a breather, and I'm sure that Sadio Mane will be on fire when he comes back because he will be absolutely buzzing. One of his lifelong football dreams was to win an international trophy with Senegal, and he has done it. And the Africa Cup of Nations is massive in Africa. You can't stress that enough, how big that is for Sadio Mane, and his confidence will be through the roof and he will be absolutely flying when he's back in the starting 11. I expect against Burnley for Salah to start, Jota to start, and maybe Luis Diaz will start again, and then Mane will come off the bench. But if Mane is really hungry in training and he recovered well, after all the celebrations and all the everything, then hopefully Mane will be able to maybe start or come on and change the game in the last 30-35 minutes. But we have to win against Burnley. And Man City have some tricky games coming up. I believe that after a couple of fixtures of easy games for Manchester City, they will have some tough games coming up. I believe that. Liverpool play Burnley, and then we play Norwich in the Premier League, and Man City play Tottenham when we play Norwich. So that's instantly a game where Man City could drop points. And then Man City go to Everton away. That's never an easy game, even though Everton are in pretty bad form. And then Man City play the Manchester derby against Man United, where anything can happen really. And they go to Crystal Palace as well, which is a tough game. Crystal Palace are a tough team under Patrick Vieira, and Liverpool of course have some tough games themselves, but most of our games are winnable in the next 5 or 6 game weeks. So let's gain some ground on Manchester City, and Liverpool will go all out against Burnley, and let's win that and then go to Inter in the Champions League last 16. That is also a massive game. Inter are flying in the Serie A, and they just qualified themselves for the semi-finals of the Italian Cup, the Coppa Italia, and they will meet AC Milan. Yes, they lost to AC Milan, but in the Serie A, but Inter are still, I think, top or second, so Inter will be a tough game for Liverpool. But I'm really looking forward to it. Now we have the squad to attack all the competitions, and that's what we wanted in the January transfer window, to be able to strengthen the team even more. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.